Hi everyone! How much fun is this to watch? There is nothing more exciting than watching your dog run towards you with a great big smile on their face. Teaching your dog to come when called is the most important thing you will ever train your dog to do. It allows them off-leash freedom, can prevent injuries, and most importantly, could save their life. I am going to create a quick video series of the most important things to teach when it comes to recall. But in this video, I want to go over the main reasons why dogs don't come when called. The number one reason dogs don't come when called is because we have poisoned the recall cue, which simply means that over time, we have called our dogs to us and ended the fun one too many times. For example, your dog is running around playing with other canine friends, you call them to you and put the leash on, the fun has ended. Your dog's running around smelling, doing what they love the most, you call them to you, put them on leash, the fun has ended. They're outside playing in the yard, you call them to you, bring them in the house, the fun has ended. Don't get me wrong, I get it. I understand that there's times you need to call the dog to you and the fun is going to end. But this brings me to my next point, reinforcement. Another reason dogs don't come when called is because during the training phase, the behavior was not rewarded frequently enough, or you possibly didn't use high enough value rewards when training. For the first 6 months that I get a dog, whether it be a puppy or an older dog, I spend that time relationship building and building a great big bank of rewards for anything that resembles a recall or checking in with me. Not only does it get rewarded frequently, but it gets rewarded with my dog's absolute favorite things. What to reward a recall with will be part of my video series. Alright, so I mentioned that during the training phase, we need to reward frequently and with high value rewards, which brings us to our next reason that our recall can fall apart, and that is that we do not revisit the training. Alright, so for the first 6 months that we had our dog, we did all kinds of reinforcement training and rewarded them for coming to us when called. And then gradually, as they got older and we know that they know that behavior, we stopped rewarding. Which makes perfect sense, right? They're a trained dog. But here's the tricky thing. When you weren't rewarding your dog, the environment continued to reward them. So guess what just became more reinforcing? You guessed it, the environment. And this is how our recalls fall apart. So during the training phase, we built up a great big bank, and over the years, we took from that bank, which isn't a problem at all because that's what we built the bank up for in the first place. But like any bank, if we keep taking from it and never put back in, it's going to run out of money or value in this case. So this is where we need to remember to do refresher training when it comes to our recall. So how often do you have to do refresher training? Well, that's going to depend on your dog because all dogs are different, and it will also depend on the size of the bank that you built up in your initial training. A good rule of thumb is every 3 to 6 months. You certainly don't need to wait that long. I train recall all the time. If you're out on a walk and you notice that your dog is not responding as quickly as normal to their recall, that would be a good indicator that you should implement some refresher training. So next time your dog or a friend's dog isn't coming when called, take a minute and think back to these 3 main reasons that recalls fall apart. Have you poisoned the cue over time and should consider retraining your recall? When you trained it, did you use your dog's highest value rewards? Did you reward as frequently as possible so that you could build up a great big bank that you could take from? And most importantly, the one we all forget, have you done refresher training? Refresher training is what keeps that bank good and full and your dog coming when called. Thank you all for your amazing photos and videos. It certainly made this video a lot more enjoyable to watch rather than just sitting there listening to me talk. Be sure to follow this channel or my Facebook page for the upcoming recall series. And of course, I had to add this video in for sure. Thanks for watching.